Alright, y'all, it's going to be the first video in the series on my 1990 Chevy Cheyenne. We're starting the paint and body work today. Just ordered some candy apple red acrylic enamel from Starfire paints. That's what color we're going to be painting the truck. So, as you can see, it once was red, but it's a little bit worse for wear. We've got some spots like this here where there's some rust starting through. The clear coat's totally failed, so not going for a show car finish. This one's going to be a quick down and dirty job for a down and dirty truck. So just want it to look a little bit better than it did. So right now we're starting with the badge removal. I've already took the 1500 badges off, as you can see there, and then the 4x4 badge back here. I've just been scraping it off with a little razor blade, so that seems to be working pretty good. So we'll get the rest of the decals off. Alrighty, so we got all the badges off, all the decals, sticker pack, all that. So basically, we're going to start on the hood and the roof. That's the worst of it. So as you can see here, someone did a little bit of collision work on there. It looks like the truck, probably somebody clipped something with the front corner here. So there's some Bondo on the hood from a previous little repair job. And then this fender's like red oxide primer. So now you can kind of see why I'm not going for, a Barrett Jackson quality finish. But basically what I've started doing here is just knocking everything down with 120 grip. Everything basically had failed as far as clear coat and base coat, and there was Bondo everywhere. So really the right thing to do would be to knock this down all the way to bare metal if you wanted to fix it right, beat the dents out, use a little bit new filler. That's not what we're going to do here. I'm just going to scuff everything. I'll put another skim coat of Bondo right here over the old top stuff just to smooth everything out. There's some like nicks and stuff, like if you can see right there and right there, there's a couple of nicks, so we'll just smooth that out. And then that'll be good enough for there. All right, y'all, here's where we're at with the red Cheyenne. Just finished up this side. You can see what I was doing up here is I was sanding all the way through to the base coat and even into the factory primer in a couple spots. This was that fender that was covered in that red oxide primer. It looks like it had some kind of a green or something under that. And then you can see the bare metal under that. So I don't know what the deal was with this fender. It might have been a junkyard one. Might have been some factory replica, I don't know, but the door came along pretty nicely. But I was running short on sandpaper and I wanted to get this side knocked out, so I started just scuffing the clear coat and sanding it down. There's a couple spots I ground out some rust. I really should fill those, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to spray that with that DTM primer to keep it from rusting through. And then on the tailgate, same deal, just scuff the clear coat. So this is before I've wiped it off or anything. I've wiped this side off, and I don't know if that helps or not, but that's basically what the deal is here. All right, we're back at it. Third day of sanding. You can see I've just about finished this quarter panel, the top half of this door, and the top of the bed. So really what I need to do is, it's pretty dirty down there, so I'm gonna wash it so I don't drag a bunch of contaminants around in the new paint, get all that dirt and road debris and whatnot off there. Then I'll finish sanding the bottom. Over here yesterday I tried to do some wet sanding, like in this portion right here, and it actually didn't do too bad. This was right where I stopped going all the way through to the base coat and just left the clear coat, which was still good in some places. So just to save time and me running a sander out here in the 130-degree heat, I figured we just skip that part and just go down to clear coat, scuff the clear coat, which I'm not a professional. I don't really know if it's going to make a difference or not, but that's basically where it's at. So gonna finish sanding it off. The other side is the same as this right here. I just washed the other side, so that's just like clear coat dust. Then I need to go back over the hood one more time, and then should be good to go. Gonna tape it off and get a coat of DTM primer and do the dang thing. All right, got the first coat down. Got my project manager, Samson, the supervisor. I didn't show it, but we did tape it off this morning, and I used one coat of DTM primer. And that's the first coat of the single stage acrylic enamel. So the lighting is shit in here. I'm gonna blame it on the lighting as to why I got a couple runs, but I did get a couple runs. You can see right there I got one. And then back here on the tailgate I got a freaking huge run, but what can you do? I'll sand that out. So gonna give her one more wet coat, even out all the gloss, and then should be good to go. Let her sit for a couple hours, go get some lunch, and have a red truck at the end of it. I should have done a better job about wetting the floor down. I didn't think that I'd get so much trash and debris in there, but I did get a good bit of little curmudgeons and stuff. So other than that, it's going on pretty good. And there she is, sunning like a snake. I missed one spot right there. You can see a little bit of primer showing through, but that's all right. All in all, I'd say it came out pretty doggone good. It's a red truck now. Yeah, looking sharp. A little update on the Cheyenne. As you know, we painted it a couple weeks ago, and then I went out of town and let the paint cure. So as you can see, it came out pretty good. It got a little bit more texture on it than I wanted, which is why I'm going to make this video, is to show you guys what you can do. You can wet sand it and polish it with some polishing compound, and it'll come out pretty sharp. So you see, you know, doesn't have a lot of reflectiveness. Now it is kind of overcast, so probably could have done this on a better time, but basically you can see on the tailgate here, it's pretty dang shiny. I just put the decal on there and I wet sanded it and polished it and knock it all down to level. You can see the difference there between where I've sanded and it's all flat, and then up here where I haven't, and there's more eggshell. So you kind of see that. So that's an example of what we're trying to eliminate. Basically doing this sections first because I want to put my decals on and make it not look so red. So that's what it's supposed to look like once you get it all flat. You can see it's all nice and the same shade and everything. Now the paint was kind of thin back here, so you know, you might notice a little variation in color. That's because I didn't put enough paint on there. But just for what we're talking about is this right here, the eggshell. All right, there she is with a little bit of sun on her, so you can kind of see how the paint turned out. It's not horrible. You can see there's a little bit of eggshell texture. It doesn't reflect light super clearly, but right here at the back, I've wet sanded that, and it looks pretty sharp actually. So that's what it looks like before and after. Got the tailgate decals installed, new tailgate handle bezel, 4x4 badges, got the factory Cheyenne badges right there. Not too bad. Still got to get those window strip things that keep the water out, but all in all, came out pretty good. No complaints here.